Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another wonderful episode here on Anna's English channel. I am so happy you are joining me today. How are you feeling? I hope you are having a beautiful day, full of energy and light. I'm your friend Anna, and I am here to help you feel more confident and comfortable with your English every single day. Today is a very special day because we are talking about something that is very close to my heart. We are talking about our furry friends. Yes, you guessed it. Our topic today is my pet, my family. For many of us, a pet is not just an animal that lives in our house. A pet is a member of the family. They love us, they listen to us, and they make our lives so much brighter. I have a little secret to share with you all. Every morning, before I start working on this channel, I spend some time with my best friend. No, it's not a human friend. It's my dog, Charlie. Charlie is a golden retriever, and he is the sunshine of my life. When I wake up, the first thing I see is his big wagging tail. It's the best way to start the day. But I'm not alone today. I have my great friend and co-host here with me. Leo, how are you doing today? And tell us, do you have a furry friend at home too?
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone. I am doing great. It is so good to be here. I was just listening to you talk about Charlie, and I couldn't help but smile. You are so right. Pets really do change our lives. To answer your question, Anna, yes, I have a pet too. But I am a little different from you. I am a cat person. My cat's name is Luna. She is a beautiful gray cat with very large green eyes. Unlike Charlie, who sounds very energetic, Luna is very, let's say, relaxed. She spends about 20 hours a day sleeping in the sun. But when she is awake, she is the sweetest companion I could ask for.
Luna sounds lovely. A gray cat with green eyes. She must be very beautiful. And you know, Leo, that is the beauty of pets. Whether they are dogs, cats, birds, or even little hamsters, they all have their own unique personalities. They bring a special kind of magic into our homes. Today, I really want us to dive deep into why we love them so much and how they become such a big part of our families. You know, Leo, I was thinking about why we call them family. When I was a child, my parents told me that having a pet is a big responsibility. But as I got older, I realized it's more than a job. It's a relationship. Charlie knows when I am sad. If I am crying or just feeling a bit down, he comes over and puts his head on my lap. He doesn't say a word, but he says everything. Do you feel that way with Luna?
Absolutely, Anna. It's amazing how animals can sense our emotions. People think cats are cold or independent, but Luna is very sensitive. When I am stressed because of work, she will jump onto my desk and sit right on my keyboard. It's her way of saying, "Leo, stop working. Look at me. Take a break." She forces me to slow down. In our busy world, we are always running, always thinking about the next task. But a pet lives in the present moment. They don't worry about yesterday or tomorrow. They just care about now. And I think that helps us stay healthy, both mentally and physically.
That is such a good point, Leo. Living in the moment. Pets are the masters of mindfulness. When I walk Charlie in the park, he isn't thinking about his emails or his chores. He is smelling the grass, looking at the birds, and enjoying the fresh air. I think for many English learners listening today, life can be stressful. Learning a new language is hard work. Sometimes we feel frustrated. But imagine coming home after a long day of studying or working, and your pet is there, waiting for you at the door. They don't care if your grammar was perfect today. They don't care if you forgot a word. They just love you for who you are. That unconditional love is what makes them family.
Unconditional love. That is a powerful phrase, Anna. It means love without any conditions or ifs. They don't love us because we are successful or rich. They love us because who we are. I also think pets teach us how to be more compassionate. When you have to care for another living being, feeding them, cleaning them, taking them to the doctor, you learn to think about someone other than yourself. For children especially, I think growing up with a pet is a wonderful lesson in empathy.
I completely agree. My niece just got a small rabbit, and she is learning how to be gentle. She knows she has to be quiet and move slowly so she doesn't scare him. It's teaching her to be kind. Leo, do you think having a pet has changed your daily routine? I know for me, my whole schedule revolves around Charlie's walks. My routine is very strict now, thanks to Charlie. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., I feel a cold nose touching my hand. That is my alarm clock. We go for a long walk before I even have my coffee. It's good for me, though. It gets me moving. What about you, Leo? Is Luna your alarm clock, too?
Well, Luna is a bit more subtle. She doesn't use her nose, she uses her voice. At about 7 a.m., she starts a very soft meow. If I don't wake up, the meow gets louder and louder, and eventually she starts tapping my face with her paw. Once I am up, the first thing I do is fill her food bowl. Breakfast is the most important event of her day. After that, she usually follows me into the kitchen while I make my breakfast. It's funny, even though she is a cat, she likes to be where the people are. She sits on the kitchen chair like she's waiting for her coffee too.
That is so cute. Charlie does the same. He sits under the table while I eat. He knows he isn't allowed to have human food, but he still hopes a little piece of cheese might fall by accident. But you know, these routines, the feeding, the walking, the playing, they create a bond. I think for our listeners who are living alone in a new country or a new city, having that routine with a pet can really help with loneliness. When you have a pet, you are never truly alone. The house feels full, even if it's just you and a cat.
That is so true, Anna. When I moved to the city 2 years ago, I didn't know many people. The first few months were quite lonely, but coming home to Luna made a huge difference. Just hearing her purr while I pet her, it's very calming. Science even says that petting an animal can lower your blood pressure and reduce stress. So, for everyone listening, if you are feeling a bit stressed today, maybe find a friend's dog to play with or visit a cat cafe. It really does help the soul.
It really does. And speaking of playing, Charlie has so many toys. He has a squeaky rubber duck, a tennis ball, and a very old rope. Watching him play makes me laugh every day. He gets so excited over the smallest things. I think we can learn a lot from that. We should find joy in the small things, just like our pets do.
Luna's favorite toy isn't even a toy. It's a cardboard box. I bought her an expensive cat bed, but she prefers the box that the bed came in. It reminds me that we don't need fancy things to be happy. But Anna, we should also talk about the not-so-easy parts. Being a pet owner is wonderful, but it is a lot of work, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Leo. It's not all cuddles and play. Having a pet is a lifetime commitment. When I took Charlie in, I knew I was going to be responsible for him for the next 10 or 15 years. There are challenges. For example, traveling. When I want to go on a vacation, I have to think, where will Charlie go? I have to find a good pet hotel or a friend who can stay with him. I can't just leave him. And then there are the vet bills. Keeping a pet healthy can be expensive. You have to be prepared for that.
You are right. And don't forget the cleaning. Luna is very clean, but she still sheds hair everywhere. I find gray fur on my black coats, on my sofa, and sometimes even in my tea. You have to be okay with a little bit of a mess if you want a pet. And sometimes they can be a bit naughty. Last week, Luna decided that my new curtains were a great climbing frame. She climbed all the way to the top. I was so worried she would fall, and I was a bit sad about my curtains. But then she looked at me with those big eyes, and I couldn't stay angry.
I know that look. Charlie once chewed up one of my favorite shoes. It was a very expensive leather shoe. I was so upset. But when I looked at him, he had this "I'm sorry" expression on his face. They don't do it to be mean. They are just curious or bored. That's why training is so important. For dogs especially, you have to spend time teaching them sit, stay, and no. It takes patience. Lots and lots of patience.
Patience is key. It's like learning English, right? You don't become fluent in one day, and a dog doesn't learn to stay in one day. You have to practice every day with kindness. I think the biggest challenge, though, is when they get sick. Because they can't speak, they can't tell us where it hurts. You have to pay close attention to their behavior. If Luna isn't eating or if she's hiding under the bed, I know something is wrong. It can be very worrying. It's like being a parent. You worry about their well-being all the time.
It really is. My heart hurts when Charlie isn't feeling well. But that's the deal, isn't it? We give them our hearts, and in return, they give us theirs. The joy they bring far outweighs the challenges. I want to ask our listeners, have you ever had a naughty moment with your pet? Did they eat your homework? Or maybe they broke a vase? These stories are part of the journey. They make our bond stronger. You know, Leo, we've talked about dogs and cats, but I've met people who have very different pets. I once knew a woman who had a pet parrot. That bird was so smart. It could say, "Hello, Anna," every time I walked into the room. It even learned the sound of her phone ringing. It doesn't matter what kind of animal it is. The gift is the companionship. In today's world where many of us work from home, having that companion makes the day feel less quiet.
I agree. I work from home a lot, and sometimes I don't talk to anyone for hours. But then Luna walks across my desk, or she sits by my feet while I typed. It makes me feel connected. And there is something very special about the way pets greet us. When you come home after a hard day and your dog is jumping for joy, it reminds you that you are important. You are their whole world. That is a very humbling and beautiful feeling.
It truly is. Charlie doesn't care if I had a bad meeting or if I'm having a bad hair day. To him, I am the best person in the world. We should all try to see ourselves through the eyes of our pets. They see the best in us. I also think pets help us connect with other people. When I'm at the park with Charlie, I talk to so many strangers. "Oh, what a cute dog!" Or, "How old is he?" Pets are great icebreakers. They help us make new friends. For someone learning English, taking a dog to a park is a great way to practice small talk.
That's a great tip, Anna. Icebreakers. Yes, animals bring people together. I've met many neighbors because they saw Luna sitting in my window. But I also want to mention something important. Some people can't have pets because of allergies or because their apartment doesn't allow them. That doesn't mean they can't enjoy the company of animals. Volunteering at a local animal shelter is a wonderful way to give love and get love back. Those animals need us so much.
That is a beautiful suggestion, Leo. Volunteering is a win-win. You help the animals, and you feel better too. Before we move to our summary, I want to say one thing. If you are thinking about getting a pet, please consider adopting. There are so many wonderful family members waiting in shelters for a forever home. Charlie was a rescue dog, and I think he knows I saved him. He is the most loyal friend I've ever had.
Loyal. That is the perfect word for it, Anna. Loyalty and love. That is what a pet is all about.
Wow, Leo, we have talked about so much today. Time really flies when we talk about things we love. To wrap up our main conversation, we've talked about how pets are truly family. They teach us about responsibility, they help us stay in the present moment, and they provide us with unconditional love. Yes, they might chew a shoe or leave fur on the sofa, but the happiness they bring into our homes is priceless. If you are a pet owner, take a moment today to give your furry friend an extra hug or an extra treat. They deserve it. And if you don't have a pet, maybe you can visit a park or a shelter and share some kindness with an animal there.
Well said, Anna. My main takeaway from today is that pets make us better humans. They teach us patience, empathy, and how to find joy in a simple cardboard box. I've really enjoyed sharing stories about Luna today. It's been so much fun. I hope our listeners felt like they were sitting right here in the room with us, having a cup of tea and talking about our favorite friends.
I hope so too. Remember, everyone, listening to stories like this is one of the best ways to learn English. You aren't just learning words, You are learning how to express feelings and share your life. That is the real goal of language. And don't go away yet. In just a moment, we are going to go over some of the important words we use today. We will say them slowly and give you examples so you can use them in your own conversations.
And stay tuned for Anna's question at the end. We want to hear from you.
Now, let's look at some of the key words from today's episode. I will say them slowly, and then Leo and I will explain what they mean. Word number 1, companion. Companion. A companion is someone or an animal who spends a lot of time with you. They are a friend who stays by your side. Example, my dog is my favorite companion when I go for a walk. Word number 2, unconditional. Unconditional. This describes something that is complete and has no limits or rules. We usually use it with the word love. Example, parents and pets often give us unconditional love. Word number 3, responsibility. Responsibility. A responsibility is a duty or a task that you are required to do. Having a pet is a big responsibility because you must take care of them. Example, feeding the cat every morning is my responsibility. Word number 4, routine. Routine. A routine is a sequence of actions that you follow regularly. Example, my morning routine includes drinking tea and walking my dog. Word number 5, loyal. Loyal. If someone is loyal, they always support you and stay with you. They never give up on you. Example, dogs are known for being very loyal animals.
Those are such great words, Anna. Loyal, companion, routine. These are words you can use in many different situations, not just when talking about pets.
Exactly. Try to use one of these words today. Maybe write it down in your notebook or use it in a sentence when you are talking to a friend. Well, we have reached the end of today's episode of Anna's English Channel. It has been such a joy to share this time with you. Before we say goodbye, I have a question for you, our lovely listeners. Do you have a pet? If yes, tell us about them. What is their name and what do they look like? If you don't have a pet, what animal would you like to have as a companion? Please leave your answers in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing your stories. It's a great way for us to build a community and for you to practice your English writing.
Yes, please share. I'm especially looking forward to hearing from other cat lovers, but I suppose dog lovers are okay too. Thank you for listening, everyone. You are all doing an amazing job with your English journey. Keep going.
Thank you, Leo, for being here. And thank you, listener, for your time and your heart. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. Be kind to yourself, just like you would be kind to a pet. Don't forget to subscribe to Anna's English channel so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed today's show, please leave a review or a comment. It really helps us reach more people around the world. Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, you are never alone on this journey. I'm your friend, Anna. See you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.